Hello everybody, it's Kathy Champion and you're back in my craft room. So we are going to continue our Christmas in July. If y'all tuned in yesterday, you saw me make this cute little shaker card using the Be Still stamp set. If you did not catch this, be sure to check my channel. It would be Wednesday's video. No, I'm sorry, not Wednesday. This would have been Monday's video this week. So go check that out, and I'm sure that you will love this card as much as I do. So go check that out if you didn't catch it. Also, today I wanted to work with a different stamp set. And you might have saw this one in the last video because I did use this banner because I love that, Christmas Wishes. Today we're going to actually concentrate on this beautiful cardinal and this little branch, and we are going to do something really special with that. So what I have done is I have a piece of cardstock here that we're going to do some stamping on. So we're going to lay this over here. I have my Momenta ink, and that's in Tuxedo Black. I have a card base that is cut 11 by 4 1/4. I'll make sure I'm telling you right. Yep, 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. And I'm going to make this a portrait card, so it's going to open like this. The other thing that I have, I want mini mats on this card. So in order to do my matting, I have my first mat cut at 5 1/4 by 4, and that's going to go down on top of the white, just like this, in that beautiful red. Love that. And then I have a piece of the gold foil, and I cut this at 3 3/4 by 5, and that's going to layer on top of that. Love that gold. It's going to add so much. Then I have this beautiful piece of green, and this is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. And all we're going to do is layer that on top of that. Now, how pretty are those layers? Look at that. That screams Christmas. So what I want to do at this point, this top layer, I want to run it through this little Snow Flourish embossing folder. So let's, you know, sometimes when you're on camera, things just do not want to cooperate with you. And I think that's one of those times. There we go. We've got this now where we can put our piece in. And I'm just going to center it right into the middle of that. And we're going to go ahead and run that through our die machine. So I'm going to set that up here like this so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to take my die cut plate off, and we're going to bring in the embossing plate. And all I'm going to do is just lay that up there, put that plate over it, and we're going to crank it through. And let's lay that here. And now this should be embossed beautifully. And look at that. Is that not pretty? I love the Snowflake Flourish. It is, and this is not a Stampin' Up product because, like I said, I do not have any Christmas embossing folders yet from Stampin' Up, but hopefully I'll have some before too much longer. I didn't see any in the regular catalog, so I am pulling some stuff from my stash from time to time. So what I'm going to do right now is I want to really get a good crease on this card base so that it lays nice and flat. And I am going to come in now. Anytime that you're using the gold foil, I would use a snail, because if you get wet adhesive on this, it stains it really bad. And another reason, normally I would cut a center out of this, but I did not want to run this through the die machine and end up getting impressions on this gold foil. It's very impressionable, so I try not to do that because I don't want it to look bad in the process. So let's go ahead and get our snail. And I'm still using the older snail, and I will use this until I use it all up before I convert over. But I'm just going to put a little bit along this card. Maybe a piece right in the middle. And now I want to stick this down, making sure that I get my edges just like I want them, and that looks really good. Now we're going to do the same thing with this, and I'm going to use the snail again. And all we're going to do is just put enough around the edges to stick this down, and one piece in the middle. And again, I'm going to go to this side. What I find works for me is I center up one side, making sure the top and bottom is good, and then I just let it fall. And that always seems to work really well for me. So now I need to find out which way I want this to go. And I really think I like it like that. So I'm going to use a snail on this as well. And I will have all the measurements in the description. And again, I'm doing the same thing here. I'm going to put that edge right there. And then I'm just going to let this drop into place and press it. Now I don't want to press too hard on the top because I don't want to lose that the beautiful embossing on that piece of cardstock. So we're going to lay that to the side now, and we're going to go ahead and pull out our stamps. Now this particular stamp set does come with coordinating dies. They're called Christmas Cardinal, and you do get the Cardinal to be able to cut out, and you get all of these two banners that you can cut out, as well as this branch, and you have a couple of these little flourishes, and I cut these earlier in white, and look how pretty these are. They are gorgeous. I love those. They would add so much with a gold or a red on top of that card. You also get these two little pieces here that you can cut. I don't think we're going to do that today. Basically, the Cardinal and this little branch is what I want to deal with today. So let's go ahead and pull our stamp just like this. And I'm going to take our Cardinal off first because I do want to get him stamped somewhere about like that. And we're going to die cut this because we want to pop everything up. So that is going to work really well. And I think I want to stamp that. And we'll worry about our sentiment in just a minute. Let's go ahead and get these pieces done. And we need a stamp block. I think I'm going to grab this one, and I think this will fit. Yeah, that will fit. So I'm going to do the Cardinal first. Let's see if we can get him like that. Yeah, that's even better. So I'm going to go ahead and ink him up, and I'm going to actually take my ink pad to the Cardinal. Let's pull him up just a little bit. I want to make sure that all of the surface of that stamp is touching the block so that we get a really good image. So, and I'm using the Momenta because I want to do some alcohol coloring. So we are going to do that. And we're going to use our Stampin' Blends. And I think he's going to turn out beautiful. So I'm going to stamp him right about here. Just like that. And I want to get a good firm pressure on it. Looks like it might have cut off. Let's see, I got one here that I played with earlier. And let's match it up and see. No, it didn't cut anything off. Okay, we'll go with that. I am going to bring out my Stampin Scrub. I'm going to lay my card up here so I don't get it messed up in any way. And I did wash my pads earlier today, so I've got fresh, clean pads. So you know what? I think before I use that, I'm going to use my chamois just to clean this off a little bit and get a little bit of that excess ink off before I take it to the Stampin' Scrub. I think that that will make all the difference in the world in keeping our stamp pad nice and clean. And that looks pretty and clean. Let's go ahead and pull off our Cardinal, and I'm going to lay him back over there. And I want to put this piece right here on, because we're going to stamp it as well. And we're also going to do that in the Momenta ink. Again, we're going to use some alcohol markers to color this in. And I am going to stamp this down right about, let's see if we can angle this so we can get them both on here. Maybe right about there. Nice firm pressure. Very nice. And again, I'm going to clean this off with my chamois. This chamois makes so much noise. That's why I love my Stampin' Scrub. This is a great little tool because it doesn't take up a lot of space to clean your stamps with, if you don't mind the squeak of the noise. Normally I don't mind it if I'm off camera, but I don't like to squeak it so much on camera. So there, we got that done, and let's lay that up there. Now we're going to get our Stampin' Blends, and we're going to start off with our bird. And the colors that I want to start off with is, I want the Real Red. I think this is Real Red right here. Yep, there's the Real Red Dark, and here's the Real Red Light. And I'm going to start off with the light, because, well, I'll tell you what, let's try it a little bit different. Let's start off with the dark. And what we're going to do, I'm going to use the brush tip, and I am going to go in on the dark areas and just put down some color. Just like that. Right here in these dark areas. Maybe right in here around his face. Yeah, you can basically just go with the markings on the stamp. If it's dark, use your darker color. And we're going to work it up under here. And a little bit across his head. And now we're going to go back in with our light color, and again I'm going to use the brush tip, and I am going to color in, and we're just going to pull that ink that we put down, just pull it out just like that. He colors up so pretty. And you know, with the Stampin' Blends, they're so forgiving that you don't really have to be a colorist to make something look very nice with these. And especially with the stamps that are already highlighted for you, it just makes it really super simple to get a nice blend of your colors. Look how smooth that goes on. And I'm also going to show you a little trick. if you go outside the line, and I did right here just a tiny bit, a couple of places, and we're going to try to push that color back in. This is with the this color lifter, and if you push that color back in, it will lift the color and just kind of put it back where you didn't want it. Just like that, so you can kind of correct a boo-boo with just using this color lifter. A great tool to have with your Stampin' Blends. Alright, I'm going to go back in with the darker color, and we are going to just blend him out. I am going to be a little more careful this time. Look at that beautiful red color. Is that not beautiful? Now, for the sake of the video, I am going to go with the one that I've already colored. That way we don't have to die cut. But all you do is just line up your die, just like this, over your Cardinal. Just like so, and run him through your die machine, and you come out with this beautiful Cardinal like this. So, how pretty is that? Okay, so and the other thing we want to do now is we want to stamp or color this little limb, and I'm going to use one of the new colors, the Cinnamon Cider, and this is the dark Cinnamon Cider. I think I'm going to try the bullet tip and see how that works. And I'm going to use this color because it's a pretty brown, and I think that limbs for the winter during the Christmas period would probably be brown and not green. So although it is July, right now everything is really super green. We've had a very wet spring and summer thus far, which you have hot sunny days and lots of rain, you're going to have a lot of greenery. And all I'm going to do is just color this in very, very carefully. Just like that. And now we need some green. Let's put our pumpkin pie back up so we don't get these out of whack. It's so easy to get them out of order, so I'm always a stickler for making sure I get my markers back in the place where they belong. Alright, I am going to grab I think this is going to be an old olive. No, this is Mossy Meadow. I want an old olive. That's the light Mossy Meadow. Okay, this is dark Old Olive and light Old Olive. So I'm going to start out with the light, and I'm going to color these leaves in. And we're going to come back and put some dimension in them with the dark, which will work perfect. And as you can see, we don't have a lot of leaves here to color, so this colors off really quickly and makes a really pretty showing on your card. Okay, so now let's go in with this darker Old Olive, and all I'm going to do is just put some little sprigs of color down the leaf, maybe a little bit right there. And a little bit right there. And I am going to come back and just blend that out a tiny bit using my light. See how pretty that blends everything? Alrighty. And there we go. We got that done. So let's go ahead and put these back up. And now we need some red. And I think I'm going to do the poppy red. And I'm going to do the dark poppy parade. And maybe I'm going to do the bullet tip. Because these, I just need a little bit of color on each one of these little holly balls. That's what we're going to call them. We're going to call this holly balls. Although the leaves don't look like holly. It still looks very festive and Christmassy, don't you think? And there we go. I think that's all we need to do to that. Now, I already have one that I have colored and cut. So again, for the time's sake of the video, we're going to use that. And let's bring our card back over. And what I want to do is I want this branch to kind of go across here. And I want our cardinal to be sitting on it about like so. Let's see, we can bring this down just a little bit. And I do want to put some dimensionals on this. And I know that's going to probably be hard to do, considering, but that's okay. We will make this work. So let me grab out some Stampin' Dimensionals. And I am going to start off with putting some on my bird. And even these little pieces around the edge, I don't let anything go to waste because these work. They will work just like the rest of them. So I do cut those apart and use them on my card as well. So, you know, waste not, want not. And now we want to strategically place this where, oh, one of my things came off. Let's see if we can stick it back on. There we go. And I think I want this to go right about here. Just like that. Very gently press down on it. Now we're going to take our backers off of our bird. So remember, we want him to look like he is sitting on that limb. Just like that. Oh, that is so gorgeous. To love that. Wow. I think that is a beautiful card. Let's see. Christmas wishes. That's not, definitely not going to fit there. That we can stamp on. I thought I had some red. Let me grab a piece of red scrap and I'll be right back. Alright, we are back, and I just noticed that my camera was a little bit tilted, and I did try to straighten this up a little bit, so I do apologize. I must have hit this at some point and did not realize it. I never ever like to have y'all at an angle or anything. I like to keep everything nice and straight. With this particular sentiment, I think I'm going to pull out a VersaFine ink, and I am going to grab this stamp block. Let's see, I'm going to line this up. Y'all know I love to do this, line it up on my grid. And oh, that stamp block is so dirty, I need to clean those. A little alcohol wipe will clean that right up. So I'm just going to take my ink to my stamp. Just like that. And then I am going to stamp this right in the middle. This piece of paper is frayed, and I think what happened, I had a bad blade and a trimmer. Or I had trimmed something that I should not have trimmed in my trimmer, like maybe chipboard or something, and it left that little frayedness around there. So that's not a problem because we're going to die cut this, so it doesn't really matter. So that makes it all the better. So now I'm going to go ahead and grab this banner die, and we are going to lay this down. Oops, get it going the right way. Just like that. And you want, when you're lining up your dies, you want to make sure there's no excess showing around it. And that should ensure that you get a really good even cut. So hopefully that will prove to work. So let's grab our die machine again. And I'm going to grab my plates. And we got our platform, our magnetic mat, and then we're going to take our cardstock and then our die. Love that magnetic mat because it does allow your dies to go into place, and it usually means that you're going to get, I need to turn this around just a little bit so I can get this lined up. Just like that. And then I'm just going to lay that plate down on it and run it through. Let's move this out of our way. And I'm going to bring this over and take that off and pop that out. Is that not gorgeous? Now, in the true nature of this card, we're going to pop this up as well because I think it needs it. So let's go ahead and get our Stampin' Dimensionals again. And I think I've used just about all of the ones on this one. Well, we got a couple. So I'm going to put one right there. And one right here. And let's go ahead and use some of these little pieces. I mean, I look at it like this. Why not use these? They're the same thing, they're just shaped a little different, right? And put one there. And I'm going to go ahead and clip off a couple more of these. And probably the good idea to do when these are, when you get done with a pack of these, is just cut these up and leave them stuck there, and then you can use them without having to re-stick, you know, do this cutting, especially like me, I'm on camera, probably not a good idea, but I do want to show you how you can access your, get the most for your money by using up every last bit of an item. And let's get our take your pick, and let's pick these off. Just like that. That's wrinkled really well. And now we're going to put Merry Christmas right across the corner of this card. Is that not, oh, I love it. Christmas wishes. Now, if you wanted to stamp something different, you could definitely cut this out and use a different sentiment in it, and it would work too. So that's what's so versatile about the dies, having the dies and the stamps. You can use them with them or without them, and it really doesn't matter. So now all we need to do is do a sentiment for the inside, and look how pretty this card is. I love that. I think another beautiful Christmas card already. So that puts us 2 cards down, and we are on the 3rd of July. I didn't get one up the first day of July because I was working on a different project. So nothing for the inside. I want to mat it. Let's mat it with a black. I know we don't have black on here, but I think this black with white is going to give a really nice definition to the inside of our card. So let me grab another piece of white cardstock. Alright, we are going to need to cut this down. So let's lay our card over here, and let's get our mat out. Our trimmer. Gosh, I guess I'm not thinking real straight today. Alright, we know that this piece is 4 by 5 1/4. So we need this one to be 3 3/4. By 5. And then we're going to adhere this to this, but let's do our stamping first. And I think I'm going to just use the sentiment that's in the stamp set. And may this season be filled with beautiful moments for happy memories for you and those you hold most dear. That is so pretty. So I'm trying to decide, do I want to do this in red? I think I'm just going to do it in black. Alright, let's get this inked up. And I'm going to straighten my cardstock, and then we're going to stamp it down, hold it, and there we go. Well, let's definitely cover up this ink. And now this is ready to go on here. And then the whole thing can get adhered inside our card. So let's put some snail. Just like this. I use that same technique, getting it straight on one corner and then letting it carry through. And did y'all see what I just did? I smeared ink. So I'm going to get my little mono sand eraser, and I'm going to try to clean that off. Yeah, there we go. That looks much better. And I think we're ready now to adhere this inside of our card, and we can actually call this done. And there we go. Just like that. Oops, that was a little crooked, didn't it? Come on, come up, come up, come up. Let's try that again. Let's see if we can go from this side. There, that looks much better. And so, this card is done. That's our second card in our Christmas series. I will make a playlist for these, and we're going to call it Christmas in July 2020, and all of the cards that I do will be in that playlist. So go there and look for them. I'm going to zoom y'all in a little bit. I will have description of the measurements for this card and all the products that we used. It will be listed down. If you're interested in purchasing any of these products, these are in our annual catalog, so you can go there now and purchase, because the Christmas items do not go on sale until August the 3rd. Also, during the month of July, for every $50 that you spend at my store, you will get a coupon that will be emailed to you worth $5 off for anything in your catalog. So if you spend $150, you'll get 3 $5 coupons. So like I said, $5 for every $50 you spend. You can use those coupons in August, I think starting August 3rd. That'd be a great way for you to save up some coupons now, buy some things you like, or some things that's maybe been on your wish list, and then when the new catalog comes out, the mini catalog for Christmas, you can go there and spend your coupons. Great way to save money, and we all love to save money, and we love a sale, we love a bargain, so that will be a great bargain. I hope y'all have enjoyed watching me in the process of making this beautiful Christmas card with this beautiful Cardinal. Again, the stamp set is called Toile Christmas. The die set is called Christmas Cardinal. And you can, I don't think this comes as a bundle, but it is available in the catalog. And when you go and see the stamp set, it will tell you that it coordinates with this, and it will tell you what page to find it on. Of course, I will have all of that in the description, along with down here in the bottom of the video, or either up here in the top corner, you know, where I put my little speech bubbles. I'll have everything listed there for you. Again, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of my channel, and thank you so much for the love and support that you give me. It means everything. And as I always say in closing, let everything that you say and do bring glory to our Father. Give Him praise and honor. His word says that if we don't praise and honor Him, that the mountains, the rocks will cry out to Him. The ocean will sing His praises. So let's not have rocks and water singing our praises. Let's give Him the glory He so richly deserves. Until we craft again, God bless. Bye-bye.